Plasma cutters have come a long way. These days, you don't need to be a welding pro to make clean, precise cuts. Whether you're just starting or you've been cutting metal for years, this list has something that fits everyone. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 of the best plasma cutters, each one picked because it works reliably, efficiently, and without making your life harder. You'll find links to the best prices for all the plasma cutters mentioned in this video in the description and top comment. Also, these cutters aren't ranked in any specific order, so be sure to watch until the end to find the one that best fits your needs. Number 5 is the Stark BTC-500DP7GEN. This is the most budget-friendly plasma cutter on our list. This plasma cutter works on both 110 and 220 volts, which means it's flexible whether you're using it at home or in a workshop. It's powerful enough to make clean half-inch cuts on steel, aluminum, copper, anything you name it. You can even push it to 3/4 inch max if you're on 220 volts. Now it has a pilot arc setup, so the torch doesn't need to touch the metal to start cutting. That's great if you're dealing with rusty or painted surfaces. Plus, it has air sensor tech built in. The display shows your air pressure right on the screen, and there's a regulator knob up front, so you can dial things in manually. Speaking of the screen, it's big, bright, and easy to read. It shows your voltage, amps, errors, all that you need. You also get a 2T and 4T switch, post-flow cooling settings, and adjustable pilot arc timing, which makes it very beginner-friendly. John reviews it as, "Hex, this lil guy is a beast. I put it to work right out of the box, and it did not disappoint. Took some time on thicker material only because I don't have 220 volts at the location, but even with 120 volts AC, it did everything I needed. Super impressed. I don't have funds for the big-name brands, but I would stack this against any equal unit. Sheet metal is like paper, 1/8, easily chewed through, great value. It's typically around $250, but the link below knocks that price down for you. So if you're just getting into plasma cutting or need something solid for light to mid-duty projects, this thing punches above its price tag." Number 4 is the Hypertherm PowerMax 45 Sync. This is the best plasma cutter for professionals on our list. If you're serious about metalwork and want something that works fast, clean, and with barely any hassle, this machine nails it. This plasma cutter cuts through up to 7th to 8th inch steel like it's nothing, and even pushes to 1 1/8 inch if needed. And it's not only about power, it's smart. It runs on 220 volts only, which might be a deal breaker for some, but that's also what helps it push consistent pro-level results. You'll also have a wide amperage range, 20 to 45 amps, and you can adjust that right from the torch, and there's no need to run back to the unit mid-cut. Now, what I loved the most is that it has new sync cartridges. You don't have to fiddle with 5 different consumables anymore. Just twist one cartridge in, and you're good. They even color code them: drag, fine cut, gouging, it's all straightforward. Plus, you can get over 660 cuts per cartridge on half-inch steel. That's way more than the old XP setup. It also has a flexible torch lead, a clean digital display, error codes if something's off, and an optional air filtration kit to protect your gear over time. The unit itself is lightweight, durable, and built in the USA. Price-wise, it's not cheap, but overall, it's the kind of cutter you buy once and then stop thinking about. Number 3 is the Spectrum 375X Tree. This is best for light industrial work on our list. This thing might look small, as it's barely bigger than a loaf of bread, but don't be misled by that. This plasma cutter cuts through up to 3 to 8th inch steel like butter. And with a steady hand, it can even push through half-inch or more. I've seen it take a stab at 3 to 4th inch too. Well, it's not the cleanest, but it gets the job done. What makes it really useful is the dual voltage setup. You can plug it into a regular wall outlet or use 220 volts if you have it, because it runs way better on 220. The duty cycle is 35% at full power, which means it can cut for 3.5 minutes out of every 10. For most jobs, that's more than enough. It comes with the Miller XT30 torch, and you can switch between standard tips for detailed cuts or drag tips for easier straight-line work. Now, the setup is simple: one dial for power, a couple of lights to let you know what's going on, and that's pretty much it. Now, it doesn't come with consumables or a water filter, so you'll probably want to grab those as add-ons. Overall, If you're working on small metal art, repairs, or shop tasks and want something reliable that won't take over your whole bench, the 375X Trimma fits the bill. And if you want to know the latest prices for the plasma cutters discussed in this video, be sure to click the links below. And if you're having a good time watching this video, we would love it if you hit that subscribe button. Number 2 is the Yes Welder Cut 65-DS Pro. This is the best value for money option on our list. It's powerful, portable, and well thought out. You get up to 65 amps of cutting power, and it works with both 110 and 220 volts. That means you can use it in a regular home garage or a full-on workshop. This plasma cutter promises up to 3 to 4 thousandths of an inch on 220 volts. And it can push through a full inch if needed. It uses a blowback start system instead of high frequency, so it won't mess with your electronics. Plus, it has a non-touch pilot arc, which lets you cut through dirty, rusty, or painted metal without even touching it. That also means the tips last longer. You also get a nice digital screen. It shows your voltage, air pressure, current, and everything you need to keep an eye on while you're working. And if something goes wrong, it even shows error codes, so you're not guessing. Another big plus is that it comes with a built-in air pressure regulator. There are no weird attachments or extra setup steps. It's just plug in, connect your air, and go. Price-wise, it's usually under $300, but you'll get a discount if you use the link I've shared. Overall, if you want something easy to move, cuts clean, and won't break your budget, the Cut 65DS Pro is perfect. Number 1 is the Arc Captain Cut 55. This is the best for most people on our list. If you're just getting into plasma cutting or you want something solid for your garage setup, this is the one I'd look at first. It has a non-touch pilot arc, so you don't need to press the torch right against the metal to cut, which means it handles dirty, rusty, or painted metal like a champ and keeps the torch parts from wearing out too fast. Now it works on both 110 and 220 volt, and it auto-adjusts. Clean cuts go up to ½ inch, and if you're using 220 volts, it'll push through 3 to 4 inch with no problem. It even comes with a shoulder strap, weighs under 20 pounds, and is surprisingly compact. Plus, it's easy to move around if you're not working in just one spot. One thing I like is how beginner-friendly it is. You don't need to mess around with complicated settings. It comes with the air pressure and post-flow already dialed in, and the big digital screen shows you everything clearly. And for the tech lovers, this plasma cutter also features Bluetooth. You can control the settings with your phone using Arc Captain's app. That means you can change the amperage or even switch from 2T to 4T mode without walking back to the machine. As for price, it usually sits under $300, but if you'll click my link, you can grab it for cheaper. Davis reviews it as absolute love. How easy this is to travel with. It's very lightweight, the build quality is great, and overall the function of it is amazing. I would definitely recommend because you get the value for your money, 5 stars. Overall, it's packed with features, easy to use, and built to last. And that's all for today's lineup. I hope this list helped you decide on the perfect plasma cutter. And if you guys found this video valuable, we would love it if you hit that subscribe button. If you found the one you like, don't forget to check the description for links to each cutter. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.